So we're gonna officially start. I'll add you guys to the Notion here in probably by tonight. And there you'll submit your homework for next week. But we'll talk about that at the end. Okay, so thank you guys very much for coming to my AI course. This is going to be the first of its kind on PCC. This is going to be a student-led project with me. But honestly, the other half of it is like you guys, like being here, showing up and giving me your time and effort and attention. It's really means a lot to me. So thank you guys very much for all that. Okay, cool. This is going to last 9 weeks. It's going to be until May 20th, or May 15th or something like that. So I think 2 or 3 weeks before our finals. So you guys will have enough time to study for your finals as well. I won't intrude on study time. Okay, about today's presentation, or how every single presentation would start, is I think I'm gonna go over homework for a little bit from the previous week, and then we'll dive straight into like the topics. I'll present a table of contents and I'll debrief on a little bit of them, and then we'll dive into it. So today we're gonna do a little bit about me, just overall course information, and about AI, jobs and degrees. My personal favorite AI invention or use case whatever, it's called DeepMind's AlphaFold. And then at the end we're gonna play a little game, and then I'll go over the survey that if you guys could fill out, that'd be great. The survey will help me gauge what you guys are interested in, my learning styles, and I want to cater this presentation in the AI course for you guys, whatever helps you guys best. So that's the point of the survey. A little bit about me: applied math major. This is my second year. I think this is my first. Second year. I submitted a machine learning paper on Alzheimer's detection earlier this year. It's still under review. I did hear back a week ago from the publisher, and they said the reviewer is finishing reading it, and they're gonna come with an answer or a decision soon. So that's really exciting. I studied machine learning and deep learning for about a year now, around I think the middle of last spring semester. So I don't know if you guys ever heard my spiel, but I taught myself it, and it was really difficult. And I've met a lot of other people along this journey, and they all say it's so difficult to learn by yourself. There's so much math, there's so much coding, and there are. So I wanted to provide a really slim, informative, quick course for you guys so that you guys can have all the necessary tools to learn the stuff. It also builds a lot of confidence too, because when you get intimidated by something like AI and deep learning, it's you kind of just want to quit after watching a few YouTube videos because it's so dense. I think that this course, through the coding and the math and the homework problems and all that stuff, it'll really give you guys the confidence to be okay, I can tackle on this problem. I can build my own model from scratch, and that's that's the goal of it, I think. So these are some of the topics or some of the fields that are related to AI, and if you guys are interested in any of these fields, AI will probably be a big part of all of these. So applied math, large language models such as ChatGPT and Claude, speech recognition. So Google Translate and all these translation apps, a couple years ago, they were just a translation app, but now they're actually an AI tool. The translations themselves are no longer based off what ni hao translates hello. It is a pattern recognition of what is this sound or what sound does this sound like in a different language? So that's an AI tool. So that in that way, AI is taking over a lot of things that you guys don't even realize. Of course, robotics with Boston Dynamics, that's all computer vision. So how the robot sees is all AI. Of course, computer science and biostatistics as well. You guys know this part. So I didn't tell you guys this when I was doing my marketing because I feel no one would sign up, but there is homework. The homework is going to be around 30 to 40 minutes, but I'll be honest, I did this myself. If you guys just take the screenshots and put it into Claude, it will give you the right answer. I tried to make the homework as simple as possible, so that I don't want to be I don't want this class to be a burden or hindrance on your guys' actual study time in school. GPA comes first, and I'll always say that. Get the grades first, and then if you guys have the extra bandwidth, then come to the course. I will say though, if you are able to understand the complexity of this course, it's going to make your classes a lot easier. And I'm currently taking differential equations and linear algebra remotely, and I have no teacher. I'm just looking through a textbook. That is way easier. Teaching myself linear algebra and differential equations at PCC is like 10 times easier than AI machine learning. So in a way, it will help you build your brain muscle. You know, your brain will be a lot stronger, in my opinion. But that's a little random on the homework. Homework is expected before you guys come in. This is just so that I assign homework for a few reasons. The class that we have is too short for me to teach everything, and unfortunately, if this was like a whole semester, I wouldn't even have homework. But because this is only 2 hours per week for the next 8 weeks, I do have to assign homework. Also, it helps you guys remember what we did in the previous week. If all I did was lecture and we did group discussions and we coded out in person, and then you guys did nothing for an entire week, you guys will probably forget what we did. And that's going to defeat the whole purpose of the course. And then everything is free. All the learning material is free. All you guys have to do is bring your laptop, and that's it. So as you guys know, we're going to go over the math, linear algebra, statistics, probability, and calculus. But we're going to do absolutely zero computation. I just want to provide, the only math that we'll be doing is going to be understanding math notation. So that's going to be the hardest part when it comes to math. Just like interpreting these really crazy Greek symbols and seeing what they do. And then for Python, we'll be using PyTorch mostly. And then we combine these for the machine learning foundations. And afterwards, we'll go into neural networks, which is, I think, the fun part. When you guys think of AI, it's mostly always neural networks. I don't think it's going to be machine learning mostly. And then the whole project, or the whole course, or the way that we're going to be applying it is by building a machine learning model to detect whether someone has Alzheimer's or not based off their MRIs. So a lot of computer vision and neuroimaging techniques. Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you guys the Notion so you guys can see how to navigate it, where to find information, and stuff like that. So if you guys could, well, for those who have Notion, you guys can follow along, but I can just show you real quick. So on Notion, you might see something that looks like maybe something that looks like this. On the right-hand side, you're gonna find some drop-down menus or some landing pages. To navigate to the AI courses landing page, you would need to go to DBHQ on the left side, and then from there you would go to HQ library. If you want to look throughout the Notion, you totally can, but the course specifically is going to be under HQ library. And then under HQ library, you'll find open courses. Under open courses, you'll see the actual course itself. As I scroll down, you have basic information of the Discord group, all the Canva presentations I've done so far. We're on module 1, week 1, and that's how they're going to be labeled. Module 2, week 2. Then, as you can see here, module 3 has week 3 and a week 4 because that's going to be our coding, our intro to Python section, and that's going to take 2 weeks. So yeah. We also have basic course information here. And then on the bottom below that, we actually have all the learning material in relatively excruciating detail. So this is, if you guys want to go ahead and start learning, you guys can. All the information is provided here. And yeah, and then in terms of homework and assignments, they'll live on multiple places. So one place to find all the homework is every single slide. At the end of it, you're going to see a homework section. Homework. Or I will also be posting homework on the calendar. So if we go to the calendar section here, currently on the 20th. Next week, we have homework to do, and it's code related. If you open that tab up, you can see the homework and a copy and paste of all the information. I will also have a link to the Canva presentation, so if you guys ever want to see the learning material, you'll see that as well. But this is going to be homework that's due next week. To submit the actual homework, you guys would be going under assignments and submissions. And you guys will be clicking new. And this new tab would pop up. When you guys have Notion, the author is always going to be whoever, it's gonna be you guys. So if Tawny did this, Tawny would be here. Elijah created a sample submission, so his name is right there. This is gonna help you keep track of who did it, you know? And for the assignment, you guys are gonna put the module 1, week 1. And this is gonna be for next week. The homework assignment, you guys could just link stuff here. You guys could write stuff if it's a writing prompt. You guys could take pictures, but most of the homework, I would say, I think 99% of the homework is all code. So we're gonna live on there. These are some questions just on like what you think the homework was, like how hard it was, how difficult, if you guys didn't like it at all, if it was boring, if it was related to the course, stuff like that. I really value your feedback. This is the first time I'm doing something like this, so I would like to continue doing it next semester, and your feedback would help me navigate, this course part 2. So that's for the homework assignment. It will be under submissions. And then the other tab, the complete tab, would just be all of your guys' completed submissions. Are there any questions regarding homework? Or like navigating the Notion? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Do you want us to title it's like change the title anyway from the submission?
No. Okay, cool. This is more of a joke, but you guys can call me like J-Dog, or J-Money. I do like J-Dog. I don't know why. I've been called that just like randomly from different people throughout like different stages of my life. So I think J-Dog is pretty cool. Hand raising is not necessary in this class. This isn't an actual class. I'm not an actual professor. You guys don't have to call me professor or doctor or anything. If you guys want to just like scream out a question or like, hey, I go back to that previous slide, like you guys totally can. It's not a bother. I want this to be like an educational dialogue, and I want this to be just like a back and forth between me and you guys, not as like a teacher-student type of thing. At the end of the day, whatever method or environment you guys feel best at learning, I want to provide that. And then, okay, so the survey. At the end of every class, there's going to be an optional anonymous survey. You guys don't have to fill it out, but there are going to be basic questions like, what did you like? What can I improve on? Stuff like that. It is anonymous. I hate when surveys say they're anonymous, and then they email you back the feedback. It's like, how is this anonymous then? You just got my email. I made sure that you guys aren't going to get that email back, so yeah. Okay, so so sorry. This entire, today is going to be all introduction. We're not going to go into math, I don't think. Math is for next week. However, depending on like your guys' bandwidth and how much you guys want to learn, I could go into next week's topics as well. But anyways, this is a really cool, interesting diagram because a lot of people don't understand what the difference is between data science, AI, machine learning, and deep learning. There's a lot of overlap. It's all overlap. And in my opinion, this is from someone that currently works in a tech company, and that's also has been learning this stuff for a year. And this is how I break down all these different topics. Data science, in my opinion, is just like the OG stats, and it encompasses all of this, plus a little more, such as data analysis and data engineering. So data analysis is really just analyzing data and then visualizing in fancy charts. Data engineering is creating a data pipeline to drag information either from web scraping or a database or something like that, and pulling that and then giving that data to the data scientist or the data analyst. In my opinion, even in my current job, a data engineer actually fulfills analysis and data science. So depending on like the job and the job description, they have so much intricacies and nuances. And then AI, in my opinion, is what machine learning and deep learning wants to be, but without any data. So you can think of AI as this like omnipotent like machine that can do anything that without the use of data. So in an ideal world, we would have like AI that's like super powerful without the privacy invasions or the data privacy invasions. Machine learning model is, in my opinion, what everyone refers to when they think of AI, like current AI like ChatGPT, because it requires a heavy amount of data, and it's used to make predictions at the end of the day. How it makes predictions, like the mathematical models, is the difference between machine learning and deep learning. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of like a random forest or a support vector machine or any of those fancy terms, but those are all like generic machine learning models. Deep learning models is where all the fun stuff lives. So like ChatGPT, Waymo, Google DeepMind, these are really complex models that, you know, like it requires hundreds of engineers to like learn about, code it out, understand the physics of. So deep learning is the actual hard stuff. And that's what we're going to be learning in this course. That's going to be the bread and butter of this course. So some jobs that have that you guys might be interested in if you guys are taking this course. There's data scientist, ML engineer, and AI/ML engineer. Data scientist is very business problem heavy. So they work a lot with like solving a business problem. Requires a bachelor's, but all the way up to a PhD. Machine learning engineer, in the job posts that I've seen, a lot of ML engineer isn't really math heavy. All you're doing is coding out models or like streamlining existing models, and that's mostly computer science stuff, more software engineer. And you need a bachelor's plus years of experience. You don't really need a grad program to do this. You also don't really need a lot of math. So if you guys are more computer science heavy, ML engineer might be the move for you. And then AI/ML researcher, these are the ones that are actually building the models and understanding the physics behind them. These are the people that you absolutely need a PhD for. So for Waymo, OpenAI, Google DeepMind, all these like really top tech companies or AI research labs, if you do want to be a researcher, you have to have a PhD. There's no other way around it. Some degrees for AI machine learning. The number one, according to UC San Diego, is computer science, computer engineering, and electrical engineering. This isn't surprising though, because you're implementing all of this stuff through computer science or just coding. And these courses naturally provide you the education for math. So these are like the most popular choices for AI and machine learning. A new major, I would say, is data science. A lot of schools are implementing this now, and a lot of students are really interested. So data science is getting as competitive as computer science, but still with a higher acceptance rate than computer science. And then applied math and statistics, that's more my where I want to live, because I like to understand why the math is mathing. But yeah. Okay, money. This job is going to pay really well if you guys get into like data science. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, data science is the fourth highest growing job. People think that AI is going to take your job. I think I know AI. I can definitely say it's not going to take your job anytime soon, especially if you guys are going to get your degrees in like what, 2, 3, 4 years. The job market for people who understand these models is going to be huge. With the amount of data that we have and the amount of data that we're collecting, we need to make sense of it, right? So anything regarding data analysts, data scientists, or data engineers, I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. And the BLS also agrees with me. And these are some numbers taken off of levels.fyi. Levels.fyi is an extremely great resource. It is a website where tech people would put their salary and their company and anonymously. So you can actually get real information on people's salaries depending on the job. So very, very helpful tool. I put links to all of this in the Canvas slides. If you guys want to check that out, you definitely can play around with it. If you guys are worried about.
You need a PhD, but you get less.
What was that?
You need a PhD to be an AI machine learning researcher, but you get less.
PhDs do not pay. Honestly, if you guys are interested in a PhD, it's probably because you like research, not because you want to make money. A better way to make money, sorry professors for saying this, but I think a better way to make money would be to get a master's and then just go into the job market. Or better yet, like get a bachelor's, do a shit ton of research, have a lot of experience, get a lot of internships, and then try to get a job afterwards, if the focus is money. Well, like I said, if you want to be a researcher for like a top company, you have to get a PhD. So, yeah. That's just how it is.
No way around it.
There's no way around it. Also, there's just more of a, more companies, regardless of who they are, if it's a research lab or if it's like an Apple, they're gonna have more engineers than they have researchers. You know what I mean? Like you need to build stuff more often than you need to research stuff. Okay, this is really crazy. I didn't even know this was a thing until I started researching my course, and this is why my course is awesome. So UC San Diego, these are the courses they offer in their computer science program for AI. So there's only two. One of them is called Foundation of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. It's very math heavy, so a lot of UCS people aren't going to be interested in it. And the other one is Principles and Practical Artificial Intelligence, and it's very theoretical. And they literally say, for students to develop a high level understanding of the field, not for students who plan to study AI, computer science, or data science, which is crazy. So this is such a big field, but as an undergrad, the opportunities to learn this are so limited, not at PCC, but also at San Diego, UC San Diego, which has a extremely prestigious CS program. There's this website called CS Papers, I think, and it ranks universities based off of the research papers in their computer science program. And UC San Diego is, I think, like top 3 or top 4, right next to Berkeley, MIT, and Stanford. Yet they don't even have an adequate AI program for their undergrad. I thought this was crazy, so I just want to share it with you guys. And if you guys don't believe me, you guys can see the catalog here on the bottom of the, yeah. Okay, so this is I love this. This is Google DeepMind's AlphaFold 2. In my opinion, this is the most important use of AI this century, or probably ever. It solves the protein folding problem. I'm not a biologist, I'm not a chemist. I'll try my best to explain it, but basically, the protein folding problem is if you have a string of amino acids, and those amino acids are like a bunch of letters or words, I think like A, B, G, A, or something like that, how could we predict how this string of protein folds in a 3D space? So you're given a literal list of letters. How could you turn this into a protein? And this is important because this is the foundations of a lot of medicine and like understanding life and biology. Scientists have been trying to solve this problem for the past decade. Of course, we can find new protein structures, but it takes so much computational power and resources that it's very labor intensive. Very labor intensive. I will play this video to explain it.
Underpin every biological process. In every cell of your body, billions of tiny machines are hard at work. They carry oxygen in your blood, let your eyes detect light, and even make your muscles move. These machines are proteins, and they underpin every biological process in every living thing. Each protein has an intricate 3D shape that defines what it does and how it works. We know of over 200 million proteins and counting, but we only know the exact 3D shapes of a fraction of these. Unravel a protein, and you'll see it's like a string of beads made up of 20 different types of amino acids. Interactions between these amino acids make the protein fold, as it finds its shape out of almost limitless possibilities. For decades, a community of scientists have been working on a way to figure out a protein shape just from its string of amino acids. This is a major challenge in our understanding of biology. So we created an AI system to solve this problem called AlphaFold. It's trained on the sequences and structures of about 100,000 proteins, painstakingly mapped out by scientists around the world. Today, it can accurately predict a protein shape just from its sequence of amino acids. AlphaFold's predictions could enable progress in all sorts of areas. Imagine a future where we can understand diseases more quickly and develop drugs to fight them, or one where we could use enzymes to break down plastic waste, or even to capture carbon from the atmosphere, all with the help of proteins. There's a lot more work to be done, but unlocking the shapes of these building blocks could help scientists better understand the natural world, and perhaps expand our knowledge of life itself.
So that's a brief explanation. So yeah, given a string of amino acids, how does this fold in a 3D space, right? That's what they're trying to solve. They solved it, and so this is the crazy thing. They won the Nobel Prize for chemistry. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. An AI lab won a Nobel Prize for chemistry. It's crazy because of two reasons. You almost never win a Nobel Prize a year or like a couple months after you do something. So this year, the winners were a guy that did a research paper in the 1990s, a author that published a book around a decade ago. That's usually the case, right? It takes a while to show your influence and how important it is historically in that context. People already knew that this was such a big deal that they gave them a prize like a couple months later. That's how big it is. Before people even started making medicine for this, they gave them a prize. The highest prize for chemistry, right? How they won, or how they classified that their algorithm worked was, there's this program called CASPR, or CASP, C-A-S-P. It's a biannual, every other year, biology chemist competition where this professor in Minnesota provides a string of amino acids and scientists have to guess the shape. And the accuracy for this competition has been here. These guys came out and their model reached 90%, and this is the first of its kind. So the CASP program has been for scientists and chemists. This is the first time AI researchers were in the game, and they killed it with a 90% accuracy. So like 90% of the model's output is truly that protein structure. Before Google AlphaFold, DeepMind's AlphaFold came out, this is the trajectory per year of known protein structures. It's pretty linear, I'd say, pretty gradual, I mean. And then this is what it looks like a year after they founded it. So they found almost all known protein structures, 200 million in the known world right now, and it completely dwarfs what happened like before that. These are some of the headlines that are from the website, but also just like I looked up. They're using it. Australian scientists are using it for something, drugs, curing diseases. If there's like one thing that you guys have taken from this course, it's that, in my opinion, it's not like the learning stuff. It's to do research to help the world. If you guys are here, it probably means that you guys are going above and beyond your classes. So I'm assuming you guys are smarter than the average student. Use your brain and your talents to help the world. We don't need more researchers. We don't need more engineers at Apple selling more iPhones. We need more of this. So if I could influence you guys in this regard, ignore the AI stuff, do cool stuff, help the world. This is what matters. Yeah. This is the YouTube video. If you guys want like an in-depth video on the AI lab that did AlphaFold, you guys can find that here. Really, really cool video. If you guys are like eating one day, and I like to watch a movie or show while I eat, this is the one video I recommend you guys to watch. Okay, cool. So Now I was thinking about doing a so every week we also have a group discussion. The group discussion this week, because it was all like introductory, there's not going to be any like coding or math stuff. It's going to be an AI ethics game. Can I get a show off? Would you guys rather do like an AI ethics game where it's like fun, interactive, or would you guys rather me go into next week's slide and dive into the math? Who wants to do math? Everyone. Okay. We'll skip this game.
Can I ask, was there supposed to be like a point that came out of the game that you wanted to make about AI ethics that you could maybe TLDR for us?
No, I wanted you guys just to meet with each other and like
Okay.
argue. I know that like people like arguing, so I was like, the game was I split you guys into two groups, and I'll have 3 jurors, and the 3 jurors would be on the side, and then the 2 groups would argue. So I'll give you guys like an AI prompt of like if AI could like self-driving cars. If we have AI self-driving cars for all cars, but what if there's like an accident, right? Who's to blame? Should we either have all AI cars or get rid of AI in cars, right? So that would be one prompt, and then the jurors would be, and then you guys would argue back and forth, and then the jurors would vote to pass or to veto the law. But if you guys want to do math more, then we can do math. We can do math.
Professor?
The math is gonna be, let's see.
I'm sorry, Professor Jason. Did you run over the syllabus or do?
Yeah, bro.
Really? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm late because I had a meeting. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You got this. Let's get this. Okay, wait. So given that that's the game, would you guys rather do the game, get to know each other, have fun, and then deep dive next week, or would you guys rather just do the math and get started this week?
Have fun. What you mean?
Okay, okay. Wait, so who wants to play the game?
Let's play the game, bro.
Does
it count as
I've been convinced.
Thank you.
Wait. Those who want to play the game, try to convince those who don't want to play the game. That would be our game.
I can see Felix wants to, Mitsuki wants to play the game. Josiah, Tani wants to play the game.
We don't have enough time to learn the math. There's only 6 minutes left, so.
It's Friday. Professor, it's the first day.
Oh,
Friday.
Hey, what time is the class over?
Oh yeah, I should have been over. Okay, so I really want to do 1 hour lecture and then 1 hour group discussion. So every week there is going to be a group discussion, and this is going to be you guys applying what I teach and into like practice. It's also going to cover a little bit extra stuff. Okay, the lecture, the class is going to be like 1 hour lecture, 1 hour group discussion, and then like 5 minutes of me discussing homework for the next week. We are at 3 o'clock, so the group discussion for today could either be the game where you guys hang out, or it's going to be another, like, I don't know, like a 30-minute lecture going over like linear algebra basics.
Let's just do the game, bro.
Do you guys want to do the game? Okay, but okay. Here's the thing though too. Check this out.
Unless everybody agrees.
Professor, I have 2 questions.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Do you have breaks in class?
Oh shit, yeah, okay. I totally forgot about breaks. If you guys want breaks, you could do a break at like 3 o'clock every single week.
I mean grades.
Oh,
great.
Oh, grades. No, no, there's no grades. Yeah, what's up?
Breaks.
What time break is good?
Yeah, I think we should do a 5-minute break at 3 o'clock as well. Yeah.
What time office hours?
I think I have that on the Notion.
He does have office hours.
Not like office hours, but like how to contact me. But yeah, communication and support.
Friday, Saturday.
Honestly, if you guys message the chat, I'll get back to you on Discord. If you guys message that chat, I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible.
I can confirm he's very responsive.
Okay, Professor.
Yep, no problem. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. Next week's presentation is going to cover linear algebra, calculus, statistics, math notation, and we also have a group discussion. So it's going to be like
In 30 minutes?
in an hour.
In an hour.
And so the group discussion is going to look at stuff like this, right? So we could either do all the crazy stuff later and have fun for now. This is the only class. This is the only time where we're gonna have fun. No, I'm sorry. This is the only time where it's chill. From here on out, it's gonna be really, really hard. I'll be honest. But we're gonna do it together. So do you guys want to have fun now and then struggle later, or spread out the struggle?
For 1 week, spread out the struggle.
Just give me 1 week as well. So I mean, but I have like next week is gonna be before the group discussion. It's gonna be 49 slides.
Professor, I think you gotta choose because you're a professor, right?
I want you guys to have like the option too. I don't want to be like a dictator.
I think you should choose, honestly.
Yeah, you
All right, game. We're gonna do the game. We're gonna do the game. We're gonna do the game.
Oh, yes, go.
You spend the time developing the game. Let's play the game.
Yeah. Okay. So, can I have 3 volunteers? Okay. So, Boom, Jamal, Sai, and Forrest. Sorry. So, you guys, 2, 3.
You wanna go?
Yeah.
I'll be judge.
Okay, sure. Felix, Forrest, and Jamal. Can you guys sit here?
I'm just important now.
Pretty much.